Now, homeschooling is not just about the books and the curriculum that you choose. It is about the way that you teach. It is about the way that you interact with your children. That is actually more important than the books. But the books play a huge role in it. If you choose the right resources for your children and for yourself, you will encourage and ignite a love of learning in them. You will fuel that desire to learn more and have curiosity, but also you will empower yourself as a mother. There's nothing that makes you feel as good as waking up in the morning and knowing that you are going to grow as a mother, you are going to grow as a person, and that not only are you going to learn something amazing today, but your children will too, and your children will enjoy it. And so choosing the right curriculum for your family is so critical to that.
In this video, I'm going to be going through the resources that we are going to be using for our 8-year-old and 6-year-old sons. I will not be talking in this video about our 3-year-old daughter. You will notice as I go through this video that the choices of curriculum, the choices of books and things that we use are not necessarily typical. They're not things that you might see in mainstream education, and that has been done intentionally. I believe that we are providing and giving our children something much more worthy, much more wholesome, and something that their minds can feast on. And that is because we are using a Charlotte Mason philosophy of education. That is what I try to ground our curriculum and the way we teach our children. I try to ground it upon Charlotte Mason's philosophy. I have chosen books here that align with our values and help us to live a life together that we love.
There's an amazing quote by John Irving that says, "Create the life you love and have the courage to live it." And that is something that I think about often, that yes, you can create this life, but sometimes you have to take that leap of faith and do things that might be a little bit different. You know, you might be using homeschool curriculum that is a little bit different to your friends or a little bit different to your family members who go to school. But you are creating a life for yourself and for your family that you love, and you have to be brave and just go through with it. And so I'm going to show you what resources we are using with our children today. This video is being done in collaboration with Ronnie from Multicultural Motherhood, and she is another homeschooling mum from the UK. Please check out her video. I'll leave the link to her channel in the description box below.
When it comes to a curriculum, there is just so much to talk about. I can't fit it all in this one video. So consider this video to be an overview of what we're doing this year, but there is more information on the coordinating blog post, which is linked down below.
For language arts, for English, the way we teach that at home is through a variety of different resources. So for reading, if we start there, I use reading lists from a variety of places. We do not use a reading curriculum, but rather I pick and choose books that I think they will like and that they will benefit from.
This is just a small selection of some of the books that my children will be reading or that I will be reading to them. These have come from Charlotte Mason resources online, such as Ambleside, and some of these books you will notice are Islamically themed.
We do not do spelling, we do not do grammar. These subjects we will leave for when they're a little bit older, at least 9 years old, if not later. For handwriting, I make my own handwriting sheets using worksheetworks.com, where you can just type in the quote or the poem or whatever it is you want your child to write out, type it into their software, and you can print out handwriting sheets for free.
One of the teaching methods that we do use is narration. After the children have read or have heard me reading, they will narrate back to me what they have heard.
We also read poetry every day if we can from a variety of different books. There are so many great treasuries of children's poems out there, and I'll leave a list of all the books that we use for that in the blog.
This book is absolutely beautiful. It is what I think of as an Islamic version of Aesop's fables. It's a collection of folk tales from the Islamic world and from our tradition that all hold beautiful morals at their core. It is wonderfully written and really, really lovely illustrations too.
So for maths, we love the Life of Fred math series, and we are working our way through them, and that is our primary math curriculum. If there is a concept that we come across that perhaps they're uncomfortable with, perhaps they need a little bit more practice with, then I will look for supplemental material. But primarily we use the Life of Fred math.
French this year will be taught completely orally or with very little written work. We're going to be looking at French poetry, French songs. We'll be reading from French storybooks or bilingual books. We are beginning the Hatchett's Illustrated French Primer, which will begin to teach them how to form sentences, how to boost their vocabulary, but again, it will be done orally. I'm not expecting any written work from them. The boys also do learn Arabic at an Arabic madrasa, which they attend outside of the home. If you would like some information on how to teach Arabic to young children, I have done a video on that. I'll leave that link below.
Now for science this year, we are not doing a traditional science curriculum. Again, we're doing something that I feel is more beneficial to them at this young age, and that is nature study. And we're doing it in quite a formal way. We are focusing on a specific aspect of nature. Each term, we are learning more about it through living books. We are keeping a record of our observations in a nature journal. And all of these wonderful resources teach children the powers of observation, of recording, of really thinking through and analysing and asking questions about what they see in nature. And I feel like these are the foundations of science rather than just learning loads of facts.
Every term we learn about a new aspect of nature. So this term we're looking at trees. Next term we'll be looking at the constellations and the planets. We have picked up these lovely nature journals from twigandmoth.com, and what I really like about these is that it gives children the opportunity to note down their observations. It encourages them to look at the moon, at the weather, and ask questions about what they see. We are using this book by Arabella Buckley to learn about trees this term, and we've picked up some other lovely living books to teach the children about the stars and the planets. When we're out on our nature walks, we take with us the Usborne Spotter's Guides, and there's a whole variety of them you can pick up from Amazon, and we use those to identify species on our walks. The children also learn more about nature through what is called nature lore. I love these books by Enid Blyton, and I rave about them whenever I get the chance. We'll also be looking at James Herriot's Treasury for Children, which focuses primarily on farm animals and farm life here in the UK.
In terms of sport, my sons both have swimming classes, and my eldest son goes for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we walk a lot. We've started walking to classes now rather than taking the car, and of course we do our nature hikes as well.
Although it is really important to me that we weave our faith and religion into everything we do in our children's upbringing, we do spend some time focusing on certain aspects of our religion. If you want more information, you need to check out that coordinating blog post. Once a week we will also be looking at aspects of Islamic art, and I can't wait to start using this book by Mary Beardwood.
Another aspect of the education that we provide is that we do picture study and artist study. Every term the children learn about a new artist and study their works of art. If you'd like to know more about that, I have done a video on picture study and I'll leave that in the description box below for you to check out.
This year we are using the picture study guides from ahumbleplace.com, and these were created by a homeschooling mum. In the front they have information about the artist and the paintings included, and at the back there are some lovely prints of the art pieces themselves.
It was really important to me to ask my children what they wanted to learn about this coming year, and they each chose different things. My youngest son, he wanted to do Lego. He wanted a Lego club, so we do have a Lego club in our homeschool community that we attend. And my eldest son wanted to learn to type, so we are using typekids.com for that, and I have done a review for that. I'll leave the link for that review on this touch typing program in the description box below.
Our focus this year will be learning physical geography rather than world geography, and I'm excited to use these two books to teach the children.
One huge aspect of education is to prepare our children for adult life, and what could be more important than being able to take care of their home and take care of themselves. And so that is why we implement chores in our house. The children do chores. They clean the floors, they help me with laundry, they help me in the garden, they know how to make themselves breakfast or lunch. These are important things. They're doing sewing, woodwork. I want my children to be able to, when they leave home, know how to put a nail in the wall and hang up a picture, know how to clean their floors and wash their clothes, know how to feed themselves. These are important things that I feel are an integral part of their education growing up.
I have done a very extensive video and blog post about how we teach history and what we are planning to read this year for that, so please do check that out. The links will be in the description box below.
Another important aspect of their education is service, learning to serve other people. And I don't want to go into details about that. I feel that is a very personal thing, and I don't want to affect our intentions and things like that. But doing charitable acts and doing service to others is an important part of their education and something that I don't want to neglect. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to this channel as well. And don't forget to look out for the next video that's coming up, which will be all about homeschool planning and where I share with you our homeschool timetable. And I want to leave you with that quote by John Irving that says, "Live the life you love and have the courage to live it." Thank you so much for watching. Assalamu alaikum.